So next up we have water signs. So if you're a Scorpio, a Pisces or a Cancer, sun or rising sign, then this is the reading for you for the month ahead until the next new moon. And hopefully this just really brings you some guidance, some support, some things to think about and kind of focus on over the next month. Now, for you water signs, this next month feels like a very, I don't want to say reflective time, because like reflective makes me feel like you're looking back, but a very exploring time in terms of what you're working towards. So it feels like right now you're really being asked, and for the next month, you're being asked to really think about like what it is that you want, what it is that you're working towards, what it is that you want to create or call into your life. Like, what is it that you are working towards? And for some, it feels like you won't have anything that you're working towards right now, which is why this energy could be really supportive for you. But for some, it might be you have something you're working towards right now, and actually you're being asked to really just check in with if everything that you are aiming for is still really in alignment for you. So it's not just like kind of picking something out of thin air and being like, okay, that's what I'm working towards. It's about really like thinking about what it is you want on a soul level. Like, what is it that you deeply, deeply want? And, you know, does that feel great? Does every aspect of that feel great? Or does some things need to be, you know, tweaked and pivoted a bit so that they are in deep alignment with you? You know, I do feel like when we are devoting ourselves to living a really soul aligned life, then even if you set goals, even if you create kind of plans and things that you're working towards, you have to have this energy of being flexible with it and keep checking in with it and be like, does it still feel good? Does it still feel in alignment? Does it still feel like it's going to bring me joy and it's what my, you know, highest alignment is? Because when you're really devoting to this soul path, like things are going to change and evolve as you do. And so just because one thing was perfect for you a year ago doesn't mean that it necessarily will still be in alignment for you now. And so whether or not you have plans and have goals and things you're working towards or not, it feels like this is just a really big time for you to kind of sit down with yourself, go inwards a lot. This month, it feels like it's a very inward month for you, but really think about what it is that you want and what you're aiming for. And, you know, not staying rigid with anything that you've already planned already. You know, don't stay rigid with any goals you've already created. Like, just let yourself explore and think about what it is that you really, really, really want. What I will also say here is I could not recommend more doing a lot of energy clearing during this month, because when you're setting goals and thinking about what you want, it's really important that you're not bringing other people's energy into it. Because, for example, every time you go online and on social media, you're picking up all of this energy from people there. Every time you speak to people and interact with others, you're taking on their energy as well. And you don't want any outside influence here. Like, this is solely what you want. What are you working towards? And so I could not recommend more doing a lot of energy clearings as you do this. And I have free meditations that take you through this process on my website, like multiple ones now at this point. And so, you know, it doesn't need to cost you anything. I just feel very strongly that you don't want other people's energy getting involved with you sitting down and thinking about what it is that you want. And this energy of really letting yourself explore that and explore your future and explore your potential feels like it's going to be really, really good for your energy. And it doesn't mean you have to take action right now. It doesn't mean you have to work out the details or plan anything. It's just letting yourself be like, what do I want? What am I working towards here? Also, this is nothing to do with like New Year's resolutions. We're not that. It's not that. It just really feels like it's more creating that energy of something that you're working towards or trying to call in. So that was the first thing. The other thing that came through, and you know, this is a mixture of the cards, but also I channel spirit guides. So a lot of this has come through from my guides. The other thing that came through to do with that was you don't need to do it all. So you might sit down and think of all of these great ideas that you have and all of these things that you want to create or do or call into your life. But you don't have to do it all. Be discerning with like what it is that comes through to you, what it is that you think about doing, and knowing that you don't have to do all of it, right? So let yourself explore all these options. And if there are multiple, let yourself think about them, but know it doesn't have to be everything that you do. Like, you know, you don't have to do every idea that you think of. That's not the point here. It's kind of allowing yourself to be discerning with what's the most aligned for you. So if you have lots of ideas, if you have lots of things that you want to create, no, it's not about doing all of them. It's just, you know, letting yourself be in that energy and then really going from there as to what's the most aligned thing for you. Another thing that came through for you, which does feel a bit more reflective as well, is what can you let go of and what can you do more of? And what this felt like was there's some things in your life right now that are really good for you and that you should do more of, whether that's practices or tools that you're using or just things that you're doing in your day-to-day life. There's some things that you could definitely be doing more of that are really good for you and really support your energy and how you feel. And then there's some things that feel like they're not doing that. And so this is a time to be a bit more reflective and think about all the things that you're doing and how they're serving you. Like, think about everything you do in the day and in a week or in a month, and think about, okay, how does each one make me feel? And is this still really serving me? So think about all of your practices. Think about all the tools that you use. Think about everything that you're doing and just really sit with how it makes you feel. Like, just because some practices are meant to be good for you doesn't mean that they're working for you, right? Sometimes we can kind of make ourselves do things because, you know, oh yeah, I should journal every day because that's what everyone tells you to do. But that might not be serving you right now. You know, actually maybe doing something else like going for a walk is actually giving you way more energy and doing more for you. So just have a real think about everything that you're doing and what you can do more of and what you can do less of, like let go of a bit more. So that feels like another thing to really think about. Now, the last thing that came through, which feels really important, again, kind of coming back a little bit to what I was saying earlier about clearing your energy field before you think about what you want. It's really important here that you don't let other people's energy affect what you're working towards. So I'm getting a really like protective energy around you in terms of, you know, if you're telling people what you're aiming towards or working towards or what you want, make sure you're not letting their opinions or their judgments affect you. So only tell people that you know would massively support you and help you. Don't tell people that, you know, maybe they're not gonna give you as much support as you need. Like, it feels like you want to be very protective right now over who you tell and also whose energy and opinions and judgments you let in. It feels like they can affect you. I mean, they can affect everyone, but water signs are, you know, a more of a feminine energy. And so it's just be very aware that you don't want other people's own shit getting into your dreams and getting into what you want to create and getting into what it is that you are trying to do here. So just don't let them affect you. Don't let them into your energy. So only tell people that you know will 100% support you and 100%, you know, give you all of the energy that you do need and do deserve. And someone that you're not sure how they will react or what they will give you in return, maybe just don't tell them. You know, like, some things are sacred, and I feel like for you, if you are really working on something right now which feels a little bit, you know, bold or a little bit out of your comfort zone or something that you're not already doing, then keep that sacred. Like, you don't have to tell everyone. It feels like right now, and maybe this will change, but right now at this stage, it feels like you just want to be really protective over like what it is that you're working towards. And don't let anyone kind of affect you. negatively with that. So that feels also very important. So yeah, explore what it is that you want from a really aligned place. Clear your energy first, lots and lots. You don't need to do everything that you think of. Like, remember to be kind of discerning with that, and have a think about what you can let go of, what you can do more of, and then be really, really protective over your energy with who you tell, who you let in. Like, this is a time to just really keep that safe and sacred. So yeah, they're the main things for this next month for you. So let me know how this feels for you in the comments, and I'm sending you lots of love.